work for the ideals of the Council for Unity.
There's so many people that can be there for you all the time.
It's an organization which gets people like myself, Kyle and Tyree, to give you a second chance to understand that you don't need to have violence in your life to better yourself.
Council for Unity is a good place to stay out of trouble.
The Council for Unity engages parents, alumni, and community-based organizations to play a key role in the growth and development of our children. I will work to improve my school, my community, my city, and my country.
It is now my high honor and privilege to introduce to you our entire Council network.
Hi, my name is Dana Jean, and I'm representing today for the Boys and Girls Club of Tustin in Southern California.
Hello, I'm Cordero Jones. I'm from Rockford, Illinois. And I'm all about the Council for Unity. We stand for opportunities to make it a better community.
The Council for Unity network extends from California to Wisconsin to Texas to Vermont.
My name is Reggie from Las Vegas, Nevada. Agassi Boys and Girls Club. Represent, y'all go ahead.
And to the greater metropolitan area.
So I call to the podium your new brother from the Republic of Moldova, Igor Saliak. We are now international.
Today, the Council for Unity serves over 100,000 young people from every culture in this country. The mission of the Council for Unity is to empower young people, individuals, and groups with the skills necessary to promote unity, safety, and achievement in schools and communities.
Council for Unity is a bridge, and it's up to us to cross it. And our bridge is open always.
The council was born out of racial violence in 1975. Its original members were enemies and racists. After 1 year, these high school students of all backgrounds embraced unity as the only true security they ever knew in their school and in their community. Today, the legacy we created still impacts on every single person in this organization.
Collectively, I've done a year for everything from possession to assault.
I actually shot somebody. That was actually at the age of 17.
I have to look over my shoulders almost every day of the week, like to just wondering if someone's gonna come up to me and take my life over maybe what, $20.
To get in a gang, you have to get beat up.
Two black guys, I had a lump behind my ear.
And you have to follow everything that the higher person tells you to do. I told them I needed money to buy some school supplies and some clothes. So they told me that I had to go rob a store. And since I didn't do it, so they had cut me.
I had a really, really good friend of mine, a best friend, and the Bloods murdered him. So I joined the Crips as a form of revenge.
It goes from getting jumped in, which is getting beat up by people you don't know, 50 to 100 people that are coming to jump you.
It's crazy in the school. Kids were getting thrown out of windows. Kids were getting cut, shot, kidnapped. Anything you can imagine in the worst way happened here.
From stabbing to a person to killing a person.
The dean, who leads the Council for Unity at Columbus, says the program is active in 60 high schools citywide.
We've had some of our students who have gone out on a limb and kept people from being killed.
In our schools and in the communities where we serve, Council for Unity has reduced gang violence to the point where it is almost negligible.
They've saved lives and changed lives.
Stood in front of them, stopped people from stabbing them or shooting them.
Because we are a culture, because we meet the deepest needs of kids, because our program focuses on growth and development, youngsters are leaving gangs in significant numbers.
Nothing works like the council.
Our program's curriculum is taught as a course in elementary school, junior high school, and college.
We used to be enemies. Now I'm his friend ever since I've been coming here. I found out that it doesn't matter your color. We have the same blood. I don't see nothing different in her. She's not the same color, but we're still friends. I don't have to dislike her.
It improves the climate in schools and community centers.
And I said, I'm sorry for everything I did to you, and he said it to me. So I said, let's be friends, and we became friends.
Places taught me how to open up. Our curriculum teaches young people how to make the relationships in their lives work.
It's okay to cry.
They learn communication skills.
You guys are my family.
They learn leadership skills. They learn organizational skills. And in the process, they create a community of support for themselves and a community that enables them to serve the needs of the students in their schools.
Every school in America could do to have kids talking about what it means to be black or white or Asian and so on. That's what Council for Unity allowed me to do.
I will always seek to resolve conflicts. And never create them.
People think that gangs are their families, and I made a big mistake. But then again, I chose Council for Unity as being my family.
I was in the Crips with my now friends, prior enemies, with Bloods, Nietas, so many different gangs.
For one, Council for Unity, they don't beat you up to get in it, and they're always gonna stick by you.
I pledge to treat all members as my brothers and sisters.
Council for Unity to me is a real family, whether you know the people or not.
We go together, we ride together. Anything that we do it together.
Send them my friendship. Comfort them in need. And defend them at all times.
I see it in any community where there are challenges with regard to safety, discrimination, and violence.
Communities, educators, and the media throughout the country are raving about the effectiveness of the Council for Unity programs and services.
When you see a person that's different from you, experience them. Don't turn your back to them just because they're not like you.
Open your hearts to different cultures and ethnic groups because it's a really wonderful experience to learn.
I may disagree with my fellow council members, but I will never let them down.
Council really didn't care that I was the bad boy. Since I'm in this program, it showed me a step to be a positive man.
You can tell yourself, I did this, and you're really proud of yourself.
Just because you come from a rough neighborhood, that don't mean you gotta follow into whatever people do. You can step up.
I'm a freshman in John Jay University.
I'd probably either be on drugs, selling somewhere, or I'd probably be dead.
I will give to all here my dedication, my friendship, and my love.
No matter what you are, even if you're black or white, we're still sisters and brothers.
The Council for Unity has been called the Program of Miracles. Wherever it's gone, it's transformed the environment that used this model.
Company 97 is now part of our family.
You give us a lot of inspiration and hope. I thank you very much, and in honor, I'd like to give this.
Congratulations and welcome.
We invite school districts, community centers, and parent associations to join our network. Together, we will guarantee a future for our children that is free from violence, free from discrimination, and open to every possibility for their growth and development.
In tonight's Extra, a new way to fight the gangs of New York. This new effort comes as more and more young children are being pressured to join a gang. So school officials are taking the bold approach of inviting former gang members back to teach students on how to deal with conflict without resorting to violence. Education reporter Art McFarland has more.
Passing along the light from a candle is often seen as a symbol of unity.
And I will uphold them vigorously.
This is a meeting at Columbus High School run by the Council for Unity. It is also a class on how to make positive choices.
I thought that it would be a great class to get me out of the hallways and to make me do better in life. If there are any gang issues, all I need to do is talk to one of the students in that class, and they will take care of it.
Just this past fall, in a stairwell here at the school, there was gang-related stabbing. Among the first to respond after police and emergency personnel was the Council for Unity.
We brought together all the different groups that were involved in the conflict, used the Council for Unity group as mediators, and got the groups to sit down and work out their beef.
The council has been a presence for years in schools here and across the nation. Some students say being a member has helped them mature.
It's also made me think a lot more, to be more thoughtful of what I do before I do it, and what are the consequences after it.
Even the most at-risk kids can be reached. And once they are, the changes that occur in them are nothing short of miraculous.
Art McFarland, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Big changes indeed, I bet. Good program, very good program.
Seeing drug dealing people as idols, you know what I'm saying? And I had a father and a mother that was working all day and all of that, but when you coming up poor, you know, you want, I guess, the finer things in life.
Lewis Brown says joining a gang would have been an easy and enticing thing to do growing up as a kid in Brooklyn, and if it wasn't for a group called the Council for Unity, he likely would have taken the bait.
They just made me see, along with my peers, what was negative and helped me to go positive. Like right now, I just took correction officer's test as opposed to being in Brownsville hating cops.
Brown's story is just one of dozens of New York City kids, mostly young men, on the verge of joining gangs or in the midst of gang life, who were shown another path thanks to this man. Bob DeSena was an English teacher at John Dewey High School 30 years ago. He saw how gangs were tearing apart the school and the community, and why.
It promises you power. It promises you a weapon. It promises you status. It gives you adrenaline. It gives you a family. Even though it's a sinister family, it's a family. And it gives you a sense of identity. Now, when you're a young kid, those are extremely powerful needs.
So he got together some gang leaders and had them talk about their experiences in private. Over the years, that discussion evolved into a group that created a sense of safety and self-esteem to compete with gang culture. Council for Unity's founder says the key to its success is that it's so basic yet so powerful, teaching students who come from places with few options that there are alternatives to gang life and that what they have in common amounts to much more than their differences.
So Council promised the family, but that family was based on a commitment to your growth and development. Council promised safety. Bring everybody together. You've got nobody left to fight.
Now members in high schools citywide and even in other countries use DeSena's model of family, unity, self-esteem, and empowerment. The Department of Education even gives students course credit for the class, and now those who were helped are giving back to the next generation.
I've been able to help kids who were in my same situation from elementary school all the way up to graduating seniors. I've been able to save lives. And if it wasn't for counsel, I wouldn't have had my life saved to begin with.
A life, like so many others, that now has a future. In Brooklyn, Jennifer Rainville, New York 1.
This weekend, smoldering racial tensions around New York City once again brought hundreds of people to the streets. In the Crown Heights area of Brooklyn, protesters rallied against the stabbing of a Hasidic woman allegedly by a Haitian immigrant. In Teaneck, New Jersey, blacks condemned the acquittal of a white police officer who shot and killed a black teenager. Against this backdrop, there are quiet efforts underway to bring peace to the streets. Racial hatreds have flared on the streets of many American cities these past few years. For the children in New York and elsewhere, it's all very confusing.
I see that young people are tired of violence. If society provides them with alternatives, they'll always opt for peace.
Give me an example of what we do here or what you do that shows how people can get a little better.
In Bensonhurst, New York, a community whose name has become synonymous with racism, they are trying to provide that alternative in school.
To show people that we'll still be friends with them no matter what color they are.
These youngsters are members of the Council for Unity, an organization whose goal is to teach students about love, self-esteem, and racial harmony.
If you can find ways to bring people together in some kind of common cause and empower them, then everything is possible. If they want to do work.
The 17-year-old program was originally targeted at high school students. Now it has been expanded to reach children at a much younger age.
When they're 5 and 6 years old, they're still not geared into black, white, Hispanic. If we could reach them then and start from then, working with them, then I think, then I really think we'll be a success.
The Council for Unity has had success in fostering productive relationships among children of all races. But everyone is mindful that the roots of racism take hold at home.
We may not be able to change the parents, but we can reach out to them.
So the children are reaching out, encouraging their parents to develop friendships with parents of different races.
We are learning from our children because the children will show us the way.
It's about change today. We have to change. And we have to change here, in our homes, in this area.
Throughout the year, the Council for Unity sponsors plays about the harmful effects of racism, visits homeless shelters, mediates disputes between classmates. It involves these children in learning about others.
It's not enough to tell kids not to be racist and members of other groups are good. The learning that has to take place must be through their experience.
The hope is that the love and friendship will give them strength to try to change that tough and violent world outside the classroom.
For several years now, groups of high school students in New York City have been taking part in a program aimed at bridging the wide gulf between black and white America. This week, they got a hard look at the work still ahead of them. Racism, that's our Sunday cover as a new generation struggles with an old problem. Although the embers may be cooling, the emotions are still simmering in Los Angeles and in much of the rest of the country. As far away as New York, young people are grappling with the racism they see all around them.
People could get hurt and killed, and it's wrong.
On a whole, we are pretty racist because we don't have any of the other cultures in our school to learn from them.
Friday, the mostly white students of Shoreham-Wading River High on Long Island got a chance to learn when 11 minority students came out from Brooklyn to share their lives and cultural differences. They're part of a group called the Council for Unity, a school-based organization that tries to teach students how to respect each other.
With everything going on now, the thing in California, the things here, the most important thing for me is that the people over here get to know what life is like outside of Shoreham, outside of Long Island. And
we're just getting along so well, and this is the way it should be. It shows a lot for who we are.
It's not only, the color of the person, because I try my best to see everybody as gray, but it doesn't work too well.
The lives of these Brooklyn and Long Island students are as different as the streets they live on.
This is false surroundings. This is not life, man. It's not what life is really about.
These students learned they have something major in common, a strong desire to stop racism from keeping them apart.
My kids found out that suburban youngsters have the same needs that they do, have the same aspirations, the same fears, and a great connection took place.
Educators say one of the keys to success is getting parents to face up to the racial realities.
I guess maybe we need to tell them the truth that there really isn't racial harmony, that maybe at this point in time we want to see racial harmony occur, but we're going to have to work a whole lot harder at it.
People who talk about harmony are going to have to back up their words with real action that says that we care and we're taking action to change the quality of your life as a poor person in American society.
Thank you so much.
For now, in just one trip, these students have shared what many never learn in a lifetime.
The children came together with some preconceived notions, and they walked away a little wiser, maybe, about what humanity is all about.
School administrators around the country have been so impressed with the program that it's now spread well beyond New York.
Never judge a book by its cover. Open the pages and read through it.
There's so many people that can be there for you all the time.
open your hearts to different cultures and ethnic groups because it's a really wonderful experience to learn.
You feel welcome when you walk in the room.
Before you judge somebody, judge yourself.
Nobody's saying love everyone you see from the minute you see them, but go up to them with open minds and accept them for what they are.
Council for Unity is a bridge, and it's up to us to cross it. And our bridge is open always, and all you gotta do is find the entrance.
There is hope for the city, and we're proof of that.
When the Council for Unity was formed, it became, for me, the true American dream. Not a materialistic dream, but a dream where all the people in this country, in their diversity, celebrate what this country is pledged to celebrate. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. The Council for Unity is an adventure in citizenship. It empowers young people to celebrate their differences, to build cross-cultural relationships, self-esteem, pride in one's heritage, and an understanding and appreciation for all people.
In God's way, we are brothers and sisters. We were brought together the same way. There's nothing different. It's the color. I don't see nothing different in her. She's not the same color, but we're still friends. I don't have to dislike her. There's this boy in my class named Richard, right? Well, he thinks because I'm Puerto Rican that that he doesn't want to be with me. So we used to be enemies. Now I'm his friend ever since I've been coming here. Well, I found out that it doesn't matter your color. We have the same blood. So I went to him and I said, I'm sorry for everything I did to you. And he said it to me. So I said, let's be friends, and we became friends.
Sometimes near Ocean Avenue where my father lives at, I visit there with my father sometimes. I always bump into a lot of people, and the people keep on bumping into me, and they're always prejudiced to me and everything. And I always say, why are you always so prejudiced to other people? It's not good to be prejudiced.
My aunt's prejudiced because she thinks blacks are different than whites, and just because they're different colors, she always thinks that they're bad or something. And I hate when she does that for some reason. I ignore it, because it hurts. I don't feel right when people call me names.
The Council for Unity is about brotherhood, and that no matter what you are, even if you're black or white, we're still sisters and brothers. And we're like a family here.
Whatever we do, everybody else joins in with us. We just family.
And it means that it's better to be united than to be separated, because you have more fun united than you do like being enemies. It's better united.
It means to be like one, like to help each other, to have some. I mean that our nation should share food or anything.
It means unity of the world.
And sweet means like everybody gets to experience a little bit of each other's culture.
Sweet means that everyone comes in and they share something, and in this case, food. It means everybody is different, but we're all the same in one way or another.
My name is David, and I'm letting you try a Russian dish, which is very great. It's great. And I just want to say one thing. Thanks, Mom, and hi.
Hey, my name is Long. My name is Hi.
My name is Buddha.
This place it tastes great. It's awesome. We give it 3 thumbs up.
Hi, my name is Pamela, and this is what I made in Pepper, South Carolina.
My name is Kamati Washington, and I'm here eating her food. It's very great. It's delicious.
Hi, my name is Michelle Hanley. I'm serving rice and meat. Hi, my name is Marie, and I make fettuccine Alfredo from Italy. We're family.
We're family.
Family.
We're all people. We're friends to live together. We're all
Human.
people.
We are all Homo sapiens.
Inevitably, they end up discovering that their journey and their struggle is similar. And through that, they come to a rich understanding of not only a culture, but of humanity itself. The Council for Unity was not born from an idea. It was born out of racial conflict and racial tension.
Council started 15, 16 years ago. There was a lot of racism in Dewey itself because everybody was split up between gangs and stuff. Okay, there was this restaurant across the street, pizzeria. They didn't want any black students in there, so they unplugged the jukebox. And one day, a couple of black kids went in, saw that it was unplugged, and they put their money in, plugged it in, and a big fight started. Somebody got chased up into the train station, and they pulled out a knife on one of these Italian kids, and he fell over the railing and broke his collarbone. And from then on, Mr. DeSena took over and kind of brought them together to talk to one another to get this problem resolved.
Everybody had their own separate group. The cafeteria had been divided, segregated. You just couldn't go to the other side of the room. And there were fights, and basically it wasn't a very nice or safe place to go to school to learn. And a man named Bob DeSena got together all the leaders of all the different groups and made them sit down and talk.
Members of different gangs decided to join together to save their school and their community. Not out of any great love for one another, but realizing that the only hope they had for peace was to come together and to mediate their differences and to develop a program that would limit the opportunity for violence.
And there were a lot of fights and a lot of problems, but they learned that through respect and acknowledging that the other person was just as important as they were, the council was formed.
1987, the Council for Unity took a step that will alter the course of the program as long as it exists. Originally just a high school program, council members realized that the only way to attack racism was to attack it at the earliest stages of life. And heeding that warning, the council program decided to create chapters in elementary schools throughout the city. By creating these chapters, youngsters at the earliest stages of their life would be exposed to the values of brotherhood and the values of service to others. When these youngsters graduated, they will be entering junior high school council for unities, where the same values that they learned as elementary school children would be reinforced. And upon graduation from junior high school, these youngsters would be attending high schools that also have Council for Unity chapters. By designing a support system, this program offers a unique structure that reinforces the values of humanity at each stage of life. Every organism needs nourishment in order to survive. So does every organization. The nourishment of the Council for Unity is derived from the sensitivity sessions that are held by the members periodically through the course of the year.
The last 3 years, I know that even if I'm not really close to someone, I know that I can just come in here and the guys would listen. Just everybody's always here for me. And I hope you all know I really tried to be here for you guys.
The family atmosphere was dying, and we needed something to pull us together again and lift us up, lift the spirit up, the morale. And we had these sensitivity sessions for about a week.
I learned how, if certain people had problems, how to react to them or just to be there. I've learned to be there for a friend and not to turn away.
I was afraid of going on stage. Now I'm not. So many places taught me so much. Places taught me how to open up. Taught me that it's okay to cry. I don't know. There's so much I want to say to you guys, but I don't know how to say it.
They were very, very emotional. We learned so much about each other. The family just came right back in a second.
I mean, you guys are my family.
Certain people told things about themselves that they never said before to anyone. I mean, family problems, personal problems, anything. You really get deep into yourself and into your friends. You understand people like you never did before. I mean, I have such a better understanding of so many people who I just thought were either just cold and didn't care about anything, or were just a ditz, or just this or just that. And now I understand them so much better that I can feel much closer to them now. I understand myself a lot better too after I go through a whole bunch of intense sensitivity sessions, because I can get out a lot of my problems and people can help me with them.
Perhaps the most moving thing to observe is that youngsters of all different backgrounds see the tragedies of the human experience in each other, and very shortly see only that instead of the differences that separate them.
In 1975, 6 leaders risked rejection by their family and friends and formed the Council for Unity. These people realized the implications of that step, and back then, we couldn't even fill a table in this room. And here we are today with hundreds of members and new people joining every day. You are the fastest growing multicultural program in this city today, and you must be acknowledged for that. But I say this to our new members who are to be installed this evening. When you take your oath this evening, we will send you forth to face the uncertainties of a new decade. No group of heroes ever had a more noble task or faced greater risk than you. The monster of racism is as great a threat today as any dragon from folklore. As we all know, it kills. It threatens us with isolation, and it excites the worst emotions in human nature. To overcome this monster, you will need patience, and courage, and tolerance, and love. The eyes of this city are upon you, and with you go their hopes and dreams for peace. I salute you. Come back with victory, and you will be a light unto this world. Thank you.
When you see a person that's different from you, experience them. Don't turn your back to them just because they're not like you.
Never prejudge a person before you know him. Keep an open mind when you meet the person.
I'm scared because they might hurt me for some reason, not because I'm a bad person in heart, just because of my color of my skin.
There's too many different kinds of people in the world, and if you don't get along, we're going to destroy each other. There's no other way.